I play Colonel Miles Quaritch, who is a Marine and is the head of security at Hell's Gate, which is the human enclave encampment fortress on Pandora. And my job is to try and ensure that the work on Pandora gets done with minimal casualties to our people. And he's not altogether successful at the job.
I play Trudy Chacon. She's basically a chopper pilot who works for the company. And she's kind of like the transporter of the scientist to various locations, from base to various locations around Pandora. And she eventually has to choose between her loyalties to the corporation that she works for and her loyalties to her new Na'vi friends.
The relationships that I formed with colleagues who I had admired before, and now I became working with them, and certainly I would say the working relationship that developed between James Cameron and myself, and I observed the relationship that he had with so many other actors as well. Just became a real source of pride to be part of the project to me.
For me, just everything about working on Avatar was fantastic. I just love the genius that went into it, from the engineers who were involved to the special effects team to, the digital team. I'm just fascinated by the family structure of it. The fact that Jim, as a captain, is always pushing for people to be better at what they do. Just being around him as he's meticulously paying attention to the detail of a set or the lighting, or, trying to fix an engineering problem with the new technology he developed to film something with. It's just, I'm in awe. And every day on a set with Jim was like, like a kid in a candy store or a student in a school. And so for me, every day was just stimulating and captivating, and I learned something new, That's why he's my favorite director ever, who's alive. I'm just fascinated by his attention to detail and his willingness not to take no for an answer. There's always a workaround. And I take that, with me for life. The understanding that when people say no, that's not it. No, that's not the end. You have to keep working around it to figure it out, and you'll get there eventually. It might take 4 years
or longer.
or longer, but just don't settle. Yeah. Don't ever settle. That's what I learned from Jim.
Professionally, it certainly was a wonderful shot in the arm. It's good. It's good to be in a hit, and I think it makes you. I did get an awful lot of bad guys come. I get a lot of bad guys.
But you got bad guys before that, didn't you?
I did. I had bad guys. I guess I've been doing a lot of bad guys
You're
for
really
a lot
good
of
at
years.
it.
So, I guess I tended to be. Start measuring the badness of a guy as to if it was a role that would equal Quaritch, and if it wasn't, if it didn't offer something new, maybe don't do it. But and then on a personal level, I think it just boosted my it boosted my morale being in this film. It made me feel so good. In a way, I would imagine every actor, no matter how successful they are, at some point looks and wonders whether they did the right thing by getting into this business in the first place. And once in a while you have an experience, if you're very, very fortunate the way we are, to have been in something like Avatar, even though there is nothing quite like Avatar, but to be in something that really validates so much of the hard work and the sacrifice or whatever that you have made or your family has made, in order for you to do this business, and to be able to I think so much of the happiness I felt had to do with other people in my life, my wife and my kids and everything, who I think for so long really yearned for me to they wanted me to have the recognition that they thought I should have, you know?
Aw.
And in some ways Avatar delivered that. And so I've always felt so good about that for them, you know, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just this more the personal impact than anything. Just the shift in perspective. You know, after working with someone like Jim, it's kind of like hard for me to not imagine the greatest that my imagination can imagine. You know what I mean? It's like there is like no limit. Like the horizon opened up for me, the horizon of possibility. And I don't think it's ever closed after shooting Avatar, just because I saw what a lot of hard work and resilience can do, and what if you're really, really, open to discovery, what can happen in a production. And so for me, just the perspective shift from working on Avatar is something that I'll take with me for life.